Clark eyes up. Bounces to Boston. Boston one-on-one with Jones, will flip it in. Aliyah Boston looking to go to work. Boston dips inside and lays it home. Nice take from Aliyah Boston.
Boston has the size advantage on Stewart, turns and puts it up too strong. Offensive rebound and the putback is there.
2 for 1.
Clark, bounce pass, there's Boston. Largest lead of the night. Boston driving it back at Jones and a bank shots.
That's a really great drive. 4 NCAA championships at UConn. 4 times she was the MVP of the Final Four, the most outstanding player.
Here's Boston. Boston trying to take Sabali. Boston fading and hitting. A more confident take 4 to shoot. Katie Lou Samuelson with 1 to shoot. Boston has to put it up and flips it in. Nice job by Boston to beat the shot clock.
Prime shape, it looks like.
Boston turns and flips it in. Using the screen from Wheeler to the corner. Smith can't hit the 3. Boston gobbles it up and puts it in. Racing around. Clark using the screen from Boston. Hits her. Boston ties it with the jumper.
Being harassed by Nurse. Binley in there for the first time. Goes block to block against Boston, and Boston gets an eye off the window. It's something to their liking.
No doubt. But this has been sort of the fate of the Indiana Fever in this young season, is playing from behind.
Instead of the shot clock there, finds Binley in the short corner. Here's Boston, the trailer, and she gets it. Fourth quarter action here on Ion. Clark's shot blocked. Boston snatches it out of the sky and goes off the window.
The lead up high. Boston pick, roll, and bucket.
Mitchell has some space on that perimeter. She'll opt for a deep 2 and miss it. Rebound Boston. She's starting to impose her will.
And that's why you got to stay ready on the end of the bench. You don't know when your number's going to get called.
Burrell, bad pass. It's Clark with the steal. She'll fake the 3 and just blow by Talbot, but misses at the rim. Boston picks up 4 and a foul. Clark trying to find some space. She'll bounce it back for Boston. She'll hoist the 3 and bury it. It's a 14-2 run dating back to the final seconds of the second quarter for Seattle. Boston deep position and gets it to go. Got the switch on to Jewel Lloyd.
Curls it out. Boston handoff. Clark back to Boston. Boston spins and banks it in. 11 off the bench for Cardoso in her debut. Here's Boston. Bodying in. Boston looking for an angle. Flips it in. Plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Aliyah Boston.
Dolson continued to move in her second stint here with the Mystics.
Here's Boston off the pick and roll. Little hesitation, gets that off the glass.
Smith right there, and Aliyah Boston, good luck if you don't take that shot right away.
Boston got around Van Loo. Van Loo couldn't do anything but try to use all of her size and stature.
High off glass, no. Boston is there to clean it up.
Boston doing a great job.
Good feeling for Carrington, while exceptional, cutting off the ball and laying the ball in, has been struggling.
Has struggled this year.
Christy Wallace has had the assignment of the tougher perimeter assignment. DeWanna Bonner the other night against Connecticut, and tonight
Finds hole wide open. Too strong on a 3, and here's another offensive rebound. It's Indiana's 4th here of the first quarter as Boston gets inside and lays it in. Wheeler lobs it back. They look Boston's direction again, and Aliyah Boston cashing in. Wallace on the attack, tough shot, but there's Boston to clean up.
and that's an excellent screen. She takes her out. See, look, she's open on the block. See?
Boston spinning, using the baseline and her body to score. Indiana's going to have to try to win this a second time here after that brilliant first half. Oh, Clark, beautiful feed, and there's Boston.
Brian Howard, shoot till your arm falls off.
Clark bounces, Boston the spin and the finish. Mitchell down to 3. Does Mitchell see it? She'll have to hoist. Got it on the rim, and Boston pulled it down. Parker hits the deck, no whistle, and Boston lays it in.
Diamond to Shields pulls up short. Here's Wallace. To a cut in Boston. This guy forgot about her.
what they're doing every single possession. Boston gets the first touch of the third quarter. Solid move. 12 points in the game. Allen gets blocked. Fever looking for numbers. Clark to Wallace. Back to Clark. Shovel pass Boston. Post feed. Boston. Oh, beats the clock.
Eastern Conference Player of the Week off the last two performances. So working on Atkins, back inside to Boston, going inside against Edwards, and Aliyah wins the battle.
Yeah, but we each have something a little different because Carly has a little hitch in her shot, a little bit from the hip.
Boston turns the corner, gets by Dolson, and lays it in. Bonnie is here tonight. Here's Clark going through the legs, bouncing for Boston, draws the foul, and one.
Aliyah Boston going at Kubai. Asks for the ball back. Left shoulder, it's pretty much automatic. And their pace working for them because of the looks they're getting up the floor.
And probably 8-0 since Tanisha Wright got that technical.
The good point is Aliyah Boston, Nia Coffey getting the assignment in the second half. Boston, beautiful dive to the rim. 26 points against Indiana in their first meeting, actually tied her career high 6 triples. So Atlanta seeing who pulls up as Aliyah Boston.
Here's Clark. Bounces underneath. Back to Boston. Back to work. It's 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Clark draws 2. Whips it to Boston. Right back to Clark. Oh, good 2-player action. And Boston cashes in.
Indiana's first game against Connecticut in the 2-man game. Aliyah Boston wasn't rolling to that spot.
Here's Boston directing traffic. Boston stuck on an island will take and hit from 3. It's a 1-point game.
A little 2-step first, but she gets her feet set. It's contested well. And that looked pure from the second it left her hand, Ryan.
18 points.
Shooting 49% here in her second year.
And the flip pass inside by Clark to Boston. Misses the first, gets her own rebound thus far. Clark now over the top. Another nice pass, and this one is converted.
Cloud smoked the layup. Wheeler quickly up court. Boston running the floor for the layup. What was your playing weight at UConn? She said 180. I said, what's your playing weight now? She said 155.
Well, there were
25 pounds.
Few factors that.
Clark gets a screen from Boston. There's the pick and roll, and easy. Vegas had a foul to give, so Gustafson had a foul. Clark finding tough going. Double figures scoring-wise. Boston just stayed patient to wait for Stokes to go by. Gets it over to Caitlin. In and out. But Aliyah Boston is there to pick her up.
See, that's what Kia Stokes does right there. Gets to challenge that shot. See, that's not on the stat sheet what Kia Stokes just did there above the break, except for 1 corner triple.
Averaging almost 3 per game.
They only led by 3 points against New York in the first 3 games, so a really good start for Indiana. Aliyah Boston makes it 7-0. Easily, they're down here big early. Katie Lou Samuelson keeps the possession here for the Fever. Boston looking to cross over Jones. Slants right past her. It's a 10-1 start. Caitlin Clark, 13 points. Pocket pass to Aliyah Boston. Those two keep getting better and better. Slide out to Kelsey Mitchell. Flips it over to Boston. Over the outstretched hands of Stewart. And Boston lays it in. Mitchell. Shovel pass to Boston, and the Fever. Capable of making every play. And free throws.
Clark inside. Here is Boston spinning, and Boston finishing.
This is where Caitlin Clark wants to play faster. Oh, she finds a cutting Boston, and the vision from Clark. She's got 5 assists. League's second leading scorer. Indiana has made it a point to try to establish Boston here as Boston gets inside and lays it in. Fades, fires, and can't connect. Boston battling. Boston pulls it down, somehow tiptoes the baseline. Oh, Boston with a shot fake. She'll take it right in for that one. And we'll send back for Boston, and Boston from the mid-range knocks it down. The team shot it well from out there here tonight, both under 30% from three. Clark bouncing, Boston charging to the rim and finishing.
How about that? To get by Cartland, and Aliyah Boston with the putback. Smith, nice attack of the basket. Aliyah Boston just put that up with one. She's in. These are teaming steals. Caitlin, nope. Aliyah Boston.
In terms of holding on to the basketball.
Fever with the ball. Clark passed up the long three. Into Boston. Give the assist to Clark with the Boston finish. Missed the opportunity for a three-point play. Baseline. Nice move by Boston. Count it. Pull that one.
I think that was her team. Her teammate was standing up on the bench.
Boston, great look, great finish.
Playing her game, and Phoenix got to do a better job closing out on her.
Clark, oh, from the logo, couldn't get it to go, but there's Boston who cleans up underneath. Clark seeing two, bounces, oh, beautiful. It's Boston with the finish.
To Aliyah Boston, Tina Charles with the matchup. To the left, pump fake, and a quick bucket by Aliyah Boston.
And has 16 points in the paint of their 22 in the first quarter.
A big part of that is Aliyah Boston.
Near a possible angle, but still got it to Boston. Mitchell kind of hanging out there in the paint. Right back for Boston, who muscles it in. There's red hot, and then there's what Lexi Hull has been doing. Clark off the screen, waits for Boston, who cashes in. Boston backing her way inside, deep position. She won't miss from there.
Chicago tonight. Kennedy a guard, but so effective in the paint. And Boston now has gone back to back.
Just great introspective. That's a great pass right there.
Almost a walk by Boston, turned around, got it.
They've been gone.
Clark, good feed into Boston with deep position.
I've never seen her push or force anything in the W. When the game slows down and you're a rookie, that's impressive.
Oh, Clark, beautiful find to a cutting Boston. And his offense has been a little out of sync at times. Boston spinning inside, right around McDonald.
Triples, Caitlin, go ahead and shoot till your arm falls off.
And Mitchell knocks that one away. Here comes Clark going the other way. Clark going behind the back. Oh, it's Boston, an and one. Clark looking ahead and finds Boston. Good defense there by Carlton. Shot clock down to 5. Boston trying to create with the shot clock low, and Boston will. Clark looking for space. Feeds it into Boston. Boston one bounce and lays it in. Trying to free up Mitchell. She can't get open. Boston takes it herself, fires it up, and it stays down.
Really working hard off the ball.
Clark inside, got it to Boston, who lays it in. Not much of a window there, but she found it. Clark looking for a shot. Off the screen, lobs it Boston. Boston goes to work, spins, flips it up, and flips it in. Hull gets it into Boston. It's Kubai defending her. Boston sees a double team. Back out, Hull repost. Boston, this time it's one-on-one, and Boston wins the battle.
Watch the acceleration with which Indiana will play with in the quarter court.
Here's Aliyah Boston knocking it down in a 7-0 start for Indiana. Clark seeing two players her direction, feeds Boston. Indiana has the advantage, and Boston gets a good battle in there with Wilson. Gamecock on Gamecock. Clark with a shot clock down to 5. Off the Boston screen, behind the back to Boston. She's wide open and connects.
They average 11 offensive rebounds a game, one of the best in the league.
Clark frees up Boston for 2 more. A needed bucket there to stop the bleeding for Dallas. Indiana had gone up 5, and they're back up 5 here with Boston. Smith able to save it. Kick back for Mitchell. Indiana having some success on the offensive glass here. Boston, oh, spinning Howard into a top.
Clark looking for the switch, gets it to Boston. Boston, deep seal, and lays it in on Bonner. Mitchell gives it up. Boston rummaging inside, gets fouled and finishes. Shot clock all the way down to 8. Wheeler shovels it in. At 5, Boston forces it up and in. Boston and Clark got tied up. They want Boston to go back to work on Jones. Here's Boston rummaging inside. Tough. Best of 3 first-round series. Clark over to Fag Benley. Boston open. Boston lays it in.